records lowest Aadhaar saturation in India with 60.7% as of 30 June 2022. Official data by the Union Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology reveals nearly 8.83 lakhs of the total population yet to be get enrolled. National Socialist Council of Nagaland Isak Muiba faction on Monday observed 25 years of Indo-Naga ceasefire at 7 Mile Dimapur Mission Center. Notably, the ceasefire came into effect on August 1, 1997 when the faction signed the pact with the Union Government of India. In bid for early resumption of oil exploration and extraction in the state, Central Nagaland Tribe Council asks all apex hosts and civil society organizations to put more pressure on state government. The council also appeals them to pressurize center and negotiating parties to sign the final Naga solution at the earliest. Congress workers protest in New Delhi as ED raids at 12 more locations in relation to National Herald case on Tuesday. Venting their anger against Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Congress workers accused Centre of running political vendetta and using Central Probe Agency for political gains. On day 12 of monsoon session, Lok Sabha takes up the debate on the Wildlife Protection Amendment Bill 2021, with many opposition MPs highlighting state government reduced role. Meanwhile, Rajya Sabha continued its discussion on price rise, with opposition highlighting hike in edible oil, medicine, petrol, while Centre dismissed inflation concerns. In the biggest blow to the Islamic terror group, Al-Qaeda, United States claims of killing its chief, Ayman al-Zawahiri, in a drone strike in Kabul. U.S. President Joe Biden on Monday announces that CIA strike to eliminate al-Zawahiri was carried out on Saturday, resulting death of the terror outfit Supremo. Hello and welcome to Nagaland TV. This is your anchor Ravinya Lama and you're watching English Prime Time. Now news in details. In India, Nagaland has the lowest Aadhaar saturation and nearly 40% of total projected population in 2022 is yet to even get Aadhaar enrollment. This information came to light after Union Ministry of Electronic and Information Technology released a data on July 20. According to a data released by Registrar General of India, the total population of the state is projected to be 22,13,000. In addition, 13,29,441 were assigned with live Aadhaar cards. Furthermore, 8,83,559% from the state were yet to enroll themselves for Aadhaar as of June 30. Meanwhile, saturation of Aadhaar cards in Dimapur exceeded 100% and stood at 109%, which was followed by Kohima at 75% and then Tuensang and Longland at 72% each. At the meantime, Aadhaar saturation was below 70% in rest of district of the state. National Socialist Council of Nagaland IM on Monday observed 25 years of Indo-Naga ceasefire at 7 Mile Dimapur Mission Center. Chairman of Ceasefire Monitoring Group, Lieutenant General Amarjit Singh Bedi, attended the program as a special invitee in the presence of Naga Hohos, ENPO, United Naga Council Dimapur, Naga People's Movement for Human Rights, Forum for Naga Reconciliation and Tenime Union Dimapur leaders. Delivering the keynote address, Member Collective Leadership NSCN and Team Leader Ceasefire Ground Rules Review Committee, VS Atem called the event as a long period in life and issues which NSCN still struggles to solve the problem. A booklet launched titled 25 Years of Indo-Naga Ceasefire 1997-2022 marked the event. The ceasefire was first signed in 1977 between Indian government and NSCN. Central Nagaland Tribe Council appeals to all apex hosts and civil society organizations to put more pressure on the state government for resumption of oil exploration and extraction as early as possible. Acknowledging efforts on roles played by the public while defending rights for welfare of entire Nagas, CNTC leaders reprised on the vision and purpose of the formation of the council, clarifying it was not a political party or organization but a pressure group to voice the grievances and needs of the entire Nagas in general, in particular to establish unity for social, economic and political betterment. Stating the scenario of oil-bearing area under Newland and Changpang of Wokha district and some foothill areas under Mokokchung, Longland and Mon district, CNTC picked on state government for its negligence on exploration and extraction, for which the state is undergoing massive loss of revenue as claimed by CNTC. Reflecting on the past of Indo-Naga talk, the Council also called upon all CSOS and NGOs to pressurize the central government and negotiating parties to sign the final Naga solution at the earliest. On Monday, the NSCN-GPRN of Wangcho region along with the Wangcho public condemned the fabricated press release issued by the joint team of the 40 Assam Rifles and Longding Police on 28 July, which stated that 14 active cadre of various groups surrendered before a joint team of the 40 AR and Longding Police. Furthermore, the faction stated that those arrested cadre were discharged from active service on ground of family and health issues, and the questions of surrender is hence not applicable to them. In addition, they stated that the arrested individuals were forcefully picked up from their residences by 40 AR and Longding Police, even though they no longer work with the faction. Meanwhile, the faction maintained that it was not the first time for AR that they have engaged in spreading misinformation about the faction. At the meantime, they stated that the public is aware of the game plan of the AR and hence the people cannot be fooled. Through a statement, Nagaland People's Action Committee has appealed to all citizens of Dimapur and neighboring areas to participate on the public rally scheduled on August 5, with purpose to forge ahead for an early Naga political solution. The committee informed the motive behind organizing the rally, as well as the rally is an arrangement of platform for the public to express its sentiments and anguish over the unending negotiation that remains unresolved for the last 25 years. NPA that it would continue to press for an early solution through democratic process, say that it would like to send a clear message to Government of India on behalf of citizens of Nagaland. The two CSOS of Dimapur Urban DUCCF and GBS Union Dimapur Sadar on Tuesday held a joint meeting. The two organizations, after its meeting, decided to extend full support to Nagaland Public Action Committee public rally, which is to be held on 5th August at Supermarket. The two organizations also appealed all chairmen and GBS under its jurisdiction to take compulsory active role in participating in public rally and also appeal citizens to participate and be a part of rally. This is civil society organization who had earlier decided to call second phase of agitation of a non-repayment of Namtola Mon Road Britate as sigh of relief after construction of the NH702, resumed under the National Highways and Infrastructure Development Corporation. Notably, the Tizit Civil Society organization had called a 12-hour chakaban on July 30 on Namtola Mon Road in the first phase of agitation of a non-compliance of its demand to resume repairing work of the state road. when the construction failed to repair the 44-kilometer road. The Konyak Union Tizit Unit and TASU had earlier decided to resume the second phase of agitation with an indefinite ban. But the second phase of agitation was temporarily cancelled on Monday morning after the workers were seen bringing the machineries and preparing to resume the repairing work. However, the organization warned that ban would not be withdrawn until work resumed in full swing. On the occasion of Sungrimung Festival, 27 Mokokchung Town Assembly Constituency organized an event on Tuesday. The celebration was held at multi-purpose sport complex of Mokokchung. It is to be mentioned that the event was organized by Minister of Rural Development, Government of Nagaland, Metsubo Jamiro. Meanwhile, after the formal event at tug of war competition was organized for all the colonies of Mokokchung Town and winners were gifted. After the entire event, a mass feast was held. Mon Battalion Assam Rifle on Tuesday donated a computer set and printer cum scanner machine to Konyak Nupu Sekho Kong at a short interactive program at Mon Town. Representative of Assam Rifle reiterated their mission to continue working for the welfare of Konyak tribe, Assam Rifle, while appreciating the KNSK for empowering women folks via several initiatives. Also urged the association to keep strict vigilance on illegal liquor and drugs in Mon district. KNSK office bearers, including senior advisor, attended the program and held an interactive session with the Assam Rifle REPS KNSK President Pongjem Konyak and Vice President Bijem Konyak lauded the Assam Rifle for working to empower women and society as a whole. KNSK also assured the representative of better participation of Konyak girls in the pre-recruitment training. Financial Literacy Examination 2022 is set to be conducted from August 29 to 31, upon which Nagaland Board of School Education informed that the exam will be conducted by the school through online mode only. Notably, no examination routine would be given out by the board. Meanwhile, the question paper is set to consist of 100 multiple choice questions carrying 1 mark each. The board further informed that the link to the examination will be provided 2 hours ahead on the day of the examination and that schools are to obtain the link of the examination from authorized contact numbers. Furthermore, the board cautioned that it will not be responsible in case the school or student obtains a link from any unauthorized person. The All Nagaland Directorate and District Government Driver Union Office constitute new office bearers headed by the convener for the tenure of July 2022, July 2025 on Monday. Meanwhile, the new office bearers were President Krikro Holye Papino, Urban Development Department, Vice President Mepu Nongsang, Planning and Coordination Department, General Secretary Oti Younger, Treasuries and Account Department, Joint Secretary Petty Krele, Education Department, Finance Secretary Lo Shuo Mao, Power Department, Treasurer Bhakta Bahadur, PWD Department, Information Secretary Kupovi Sema, Power Department, Assistant Information Secretary Tefukolye Pilya, SCERT Department and Advisor Ripa Temjen, SIRD Department. All Nagaland Graduate Teachers Forum, in its appeal to Department of School Education, has asked the proposal on limited departmental exam to be on hold for the time being until rules of service are fully revised. ANGTF, in its representation address to Commissioner and Secretary of DOSE, as demanded by the Employees Association, Nagaland School Education Service Rule 2017 is undergoing a review process which will determine the ease of preparing GT seniority lists to efficiently cater to the interests of the teaching community on service matter. After a series of consultative meetings on the issue, the state government on March 21, 2018 had decided to set up a review committee to review the service rules. The proposal came to an ultimate halt due to COVID pandemic. In view of the issues, a meeting is proposed to be held on August 4 at Kansia office, Kohima at 11 a.m. to discuss on LDE exam to be conducted by NPSC. Minister of Development of Northeastern Region G. Kishan Reddy announced on estimated completion time of the ongoing 62.9 km four-lane project of Northeastern Region between Dimapur to Kohima around May 2024. The same was made known by the Union Minister during the Lok Sabha session on Monday. The project of NER region has been executed with approximately cost of over 58 crores for the last 5 years, covering almost 4,000 kilometers at present. Four-lane road construction is underway between Dimapur to Kohima, two-lane project of Bakrakote to Pangkyong in Sikkim, two-lane project of Aizawl and Tuipang Highway of Mizoram, four-lane project of Imphal to More in Manipur, and Nagaland bypass Holongi in Arunachal Pradesh. With the onset of monsoon session, Kifri Deputy Commissioner issued an advisory for public safety as the probability of flash flood and rising water levels in the rivers and stream across Kifri is likely. DC has refrained public from going to riverside for fishing, picnicking or any other activities. In addition, all village councils have been directed to prohibit the aforementioned activities till the end of this monsoon season. As part of its Goodwill Prayer Fellowship with all NSCN members, the Council of Nagaland Churches would be holding Prayer Fellowship with the Steering Committee at Dipupar All Baptist Church on August 5 at 10 a.m. CNC General Secretary Reverend Seksim Kasser has requested all executive members and steering committee members to participate, and also Naga Freedom Fighter Widows Welfare Federation, NSWON, Kilongse, DY Kilongse, Tatars, all Central Secretariat staff and senior members of NSCN. On Tuesday, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma mocked the Jharkhand Congress MLA Kumar Jaimangal for the latter alleged fake FIR against him. Notably, the Jharkhand Congress MLA had written a letter alleging that 3 of his colleagues arrested in West Bengal recently had asked him to meet Assam Chief Minister in Guwahati with a promise of a ministerial berth and huge cash to bring down the JMM Congress government. Terming his allegation false, the Assam BJP MLA Piyush Hazarika shared pictures from his official Twitter handle in which Jaimangal can be seen meeting Union Minister Pralhad Joshi in his presence. Retweeting the tweet, Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma called that the accusation was akin to the Congress asking Ottavio Cortrochi to file a case against Bofors. It is to be noted that Ottavio Cortrochi was an Italian businessman named in Bofors scandals, and Cortrochi's role in these scandals and his proximity to Indian Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi through his wife Sonia Gandhi is true to have contributed to the defeat of the Congress party in the 1989 election. In a joint operation with the Central Reserve Police Force, the Assam Police on Tuesday recovered a huge quantity of narcotics drugs worth rupees 15 crore in Assam Karbi Anglon district. The team of police and CRPF apprehended 3 drugs peddlers acting on a tip-off regarding transportation of narcotics drugs. A joint team of police and CRPF set in Naka checking at Dilai Tinali under Dilai police station in Karbi Anglon district. The team intercepted a Bolero vehicle and recovered a huge quantity of narcotics drugs. A big development in a National Herald case was witnessed on Tuesday as the Enforcement Directorate conducted a raid at the National Herald House and 12 other locations over alleged money laundering. The raid came few days after the agency summoned and questioned Congress Chief Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi over alleged money laundering case in connection with National Herald newspaper. Until now, both Sonia and Rahul have maintained that no personal acquisition of assets was met in the Associated Journals Limited Young Indian deals. ED is carrying out raids under criminal section of Prevention of Money Laundering Act to gather evidence on trial of funds. Amid aggressive raid by the Enforcement Directorate at a Delhi-based National Herald House and 12 other locations in connection with the National Herald case, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi took to Facebook to boost morale of Congress workers. Rahul in his Facebook post urged Congress workers to never feel that they are alone in the fight. Rahul told party workers that Congress is their voice and workers are the strength of Congress party. Rahul also wrote that Congress will never be frightened and party will never let the ED scare their workers. It is worth mentioning that the ED is investigating financial irregularities in the National Herald newspaper case. Amid the ongoing ED raids in relation to National Herald case, the furious Congress workers protested outside Herald House in Delhi as Enforcement Directorate raided at 12 more locations on Tuesday. Venting their anger against Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the Congress workers accused Modi government of indulging in vendetta politics and using central prop agency for political gains. Notably, at least 12 locations most linked to the Associated Journals Limited, including the office of the National Herald newspaper, which AJL ran on Bahadur Shah Zafar mark, were searched. Furthermore, officials said the searches were being carried out under criminal section of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act to gather additional evidence with regards to the trail of funds. This comes after the ED recently questioned Congress Chief Sonia Gandhi and Congress leader Rahul Gandhi on the case. It is noted that the two Gandhis are the board of directors of Young India Limited, a charitable company that was tasked with the recovery of Associated Journals Limited debt. Ahead of the ensuing vice presidential polls, the Union Minister of Parliamentary Affairs Pralhad Joshi on Tuesday said that a meeting will be held on August 5. Earlier on Tuesday morning, the Bharatiya Janata Party held a parliamentary party meeting in the Parliamentary Library building in the presence of BJP National President Jagat Prakash Nadda. In addition, Union Minister Rajnath Singh, Ashwini Vaishnav, S. Jaishankar, Anurag Thakur and Pralhad Joshi were among those who were seen arriving for the meeting at the Parliamentary Library building. Furthermore, Rajnath Singh is chairing the meeting. Notably, the election for the Vice President post will be held on August 6. This comes just as the tenure of Vice President Venkaiah Naidu comes to an end on August 10. Meanwhile, the National Democratic Alliance has announced Jagdeep Dhankar as its vice presidential candidate, while opposition parties have announced Margaret Alva as their candidates.
5 तारीख को फिर से हमारा एक बार उपराष्ट्रपति के चुनाव के लिए एक बार 5 तारीख को शाम को मीटिंग होगा। इतने आज हमारे मीटिंग में चर्चा।
Fueled by hope and determination of a performance in the last Surat Municipal Corporation polls in which the party won 27 seats, the Aam Aadmi Party has released its first list of 10 candidates who will be fielded against a ruling BJP and opposition Congress in the upcoming Gujarat Legislative Assembly election. The candidates who met it in the first list include Bhimabhai Chaudhary, Jakmal Valla, Arjun Radva, Sagar Rabari, Vaishram Ram Dhanuk, Shivlal Barasia, Sunil Vaghani, Rajendra Solanki and Om Prakash Tiwari. Reportedly, AAP is set to contest in 111 constituency at the upcoming Gujarat Assembly election. Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal made some new promises if his party is voted to power. Notably, Kejriwal promised to create 10 lakhs government jobs and rupees 3,000 monthly unemployment allowance to young people in Gujarat. Arvind also added that his party will ensure each and every unemployed youth gets a job in the next 5 years. Meanwhile, it may be mentioned that Kejriwal on earlier occasion also promised to offer free water, electricity and Delhi mode of education and healthcare system, with polls nearing party's aim to gain a foothold after his huge victory in Punjab. Results of preliminary investigation into the massive fire tragedy that occurred at New Life Multi-Speciality Hospital in Madhya Pradesh, Jabalpur district on Monday is out. Investigation reveals that the fire no objection certificate at hospital had expired beside array of other faults. Police have registered case of culpable homicide against 4 doctors who were also owners of the hospital. Until now, the police have apprehended the managers and the doctors are still on the run. Jabalpur police registered an FIR against the doctors under Section 304 and 308 of the Indian Penal Code. 8 people, including 4 patients, died in the tragic incident. The Supreme Court on Tuesday decided to hear a batch of pleas as agreed on July 13, challenging Karnataka High Court verdict refusing to lift the ban on hijab in educational institution of the state. The bench of judge will be led by Chief Justice N.V. Ramana and Justices Krishna Murari and Hema Kohli. The pleas have been submitted by senior lawyer Meenakshi Arora, appearing for one of the appellants, stating that the appeals were filed dating back to March 2022 against the High Court order waiting to be listed for hearing. Karnataka High Court on February 5 validated the government order banning wearing clothes that disturb equality, integrity and public orders in school and colleges. The order was challenged by Muslim girls, relating it to violation of freedom of expression under Articles 19, Clause 1, Clause A and Articles 21, dealing with personal liberty on the usage of hijab in classroom. The verdict was dismissed by High Court on March 15 and another in April. Just few hours after a monkeypox case was confirmed in Kerala, another monkeypox case has been confirmed from Delhi on Tuesday. Furthermore, a Nigerian man living in Delhi tested positive for the virus. Notably, this is the 3rd monkeypox case in Delhi and 8 in the country. Earlier, a 35-year-old Nigerian man living in Delhi and having no recent history of foreign travels had tested positive for monkeypox on Monday. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Maldivian President Ibrahim Mohamed Solih signed 6 agreements on Tuesday to enhance cooperation in several key areas. India-Maldives agreement includes capacity building, cyber security, housing, disaster management and infrastructure development in the Maldives. PM Modi further announced a $100 million line of credit to ensure timely completion of projects. PM Modi also announced that India will provide additional financial support for 2,000 social housing units. Modi declared that India-Maldives partnership is not only working out for the welfare of the two nations, but also bridging peace and stability in the entire region. Prime Minister Narendra Modi iterated that India will always be a first responder to Maldives in times of need. Opposing a bail plea by Christian Michelle James and accused in Augusta Westland VVIP, very important person chopper scam, the Enforcement Directorate on Tuesday filed an affidavit in the Supreme Court. The ED accused James of trying to pass confidential papers to his counsel at a time of legal access. The agency also told the Apex Court that investigation is still ongoing and the accused might possibly try to get rid of witnesses or evidence to obstruct judicial process. The agency also told the Supreme Court that James' role is clearly established and money laundering offense is initiated against him. James is being accused of having played a pivotal role in the Augusta Westland VVIP chopper scam. The National Crime Records Bureau published a data on suicide in its publication Accidental Deaths and Suicide in India. The published reports are available till the year 2020. The rate of suicide during this year, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019 and 2020 was 10.3, 9.9, 10.2, 10.4 and 11.3, respectively of per lakhs population. While the total suicide and suicide in the age group of 18 to below 30 years is as in 2018, total suicide includes 134,516, out of which 18 to 30 years include 46,912. In 2019, total suicide includes 139,123, out of which 18 to 30 years include 48,774, and in 2020, total suicide are 153,052, out of which 18 to 30 years include 52,718. US President Joe Biden confirmed on Monday that Al-Qaeda chief Ayman al-Zawahiri was killed on Saturday in an airstrike by the United States. Biden said in a media briefing that on Saturday at his direction, the United States successfully concluded an airstrike in Kabul, Afghanistan and killed Al-Qaeda Amir Ayman al-Zawahiri. US President said that justice has been delivered, adding, "No matter how long it takes, no matter where you hide, if you are a threat to our people, the US will find you and take you out." Reports surfaced on Monday that the US killed Zawahiri in Afghanistan in a drone strike. Following this, Taliban spokesman Jabihullah Mujahid confirmed the strike and said an airstrike was carried out on a residential house in Sharpur area of Kabul city on July 31. Meanwhile, the US State Department had offered a reward of up to USD 25 million for information leading directly to Zawahiri capture. This is all for now. For more updates, keep watching Nagaland TV.
अरे तूने अभी तक कुछ किया ही नहीं।
अरे ये तो लो क्वालिटी टंकी है।
होशियारी मत दिखाओ, दुकानदार ने 5 साल की गारंटी दी है।
अरे 5 साल छोड़िए, इसका पानी पियेंगे ना तो बहुत जल्दी हम लोग पहुंचेंगे। अंदर का सरफेस प्लेन, स्मूथ और प्योर व्हाइट भी नहीं है। आप एक काम क्यों नहीं करते?